Hey, everybody, welcome to the podcast. I'm Eric,
I'm Joe,
and we are
struggling hunters.
today's podcast is probably going to be a little quicker today, but we're just going to kind of get right into it. And Joe, you want to take it off from here and talk about your upcoming hunts?
Yeah, upcoming hunts. We talked a little bit about them. Kind of what our plans were for the upcoming hunts last week, as far as big game, and kind of what the year is going to look like. And but I did purchase my spring over the counter general season turkey tag for Utah. Uh, and getting ready for that, and also in the prep for the hunt, I ordered a couple foam. I think they're foam decoys from Cabela's. Nothing fancy. They're probably, I think they were the cheapest set of three that Cabela's was selling, but I figured it's better than nothing, and it would be a good place to learn about decoys and what I'd want and what I don't want, and because I don't even know what I want other than I want some.
That makes
Um,
sense. Just trying to get that just trying to get that experience with them, kind of get used to or figuring them out. I mean, I like what you did there because you're not making a big investment and it not working out for you. You kind of
right,
buy
because
the cheaper ones and kind of figure it out.
well, that was like kind of like my thoughts. Of course, I could have probably spent as much as I wanted to, or like as much as a checkbook would allow. Does anyone use that word anymore? Checkbook.
Yeah, you might want to change that to debit card.
um, but like they had some pretty looking uh turkeys that I could have purchased, but I I don't know how much is really needed in details and how much isn't. Uh, you know, my understanding and my experience, it seems like turkeys, their eyes are, I don't know if their eyes are great or if they just can pick out something detail that shouldn't be there. So they are leery of it. That's one thing I'm not too sure on. So that my point is being, I don't know how detailed the decoy needs to be other than an image of a turkey, like, so, so yeah, so I picked up my decoys, and then, so Utah has this, they call it, what do they call it? It's an app that you can put on your phone and like keep track of all your tags that you purchased in Utah.
Mm.
And it kind of gives you like calendars of what's coming up the next month. So it's just a I think it's a Utah hunting and fishing app is what it is. And then so like my fishing license is on there, so I don't have to have my paper license on me as long as I have my phone in that app. I'll have uh my fishing license with me, which is kind of cool. But what I was getting at is I bought my tag, and then I went down into my app and downloaded my tag onto my app, and it was giving me the date, and like it was like May. It was like May 31st through April 3rd was the dates that it was pulling up.
Really?
Yeah. So then like I spent the next like hour trying to find my reg book and like going through and trying to read what the dates were, and then we'll come to find out that's just like for whatever reason, well, those are the dates for like the youth hunt. So the youth get like a couple days before the actual season starts to hunt. And so I was like, I was going at first, I was like, oh, I only get a handful of days to hunt, man. Last year I had a whole month. And I thought I remembered earlier this year that I had a whole month to hunt. I was like, what happened? So there I went again, messing up my hunts, not paying attention to the dates.
Wow.
Luckily the season hasn't started yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But but yeah, looking forward to that. So a couple of the things that um I kind of want to get ready for the hunt, kind of doing some reading, and one guy was, saying he uses an air horn for a locator, for when they gobble and stuff. And then I want to take my shotgun out. Have you taken your shotgun out and sighted it in? I mean, I know you can't sight in your shotgun, but I guess kind of how you can is by using different shotgun shells
Yeah.
or different loads, I should say.
I mean, I haven't got that detailed about it. Well, so last year I shot a few shells, just kind of, uh, I mean, I feel like really just make sure that you're hitting paper and kind of see what your
Right,
spread is like. I mean, yeah, a little bit. I did it a little bit last year. I just shot toward a box or whatever, and I didn't even really
right,
do much. I didn't like change up the distance or anything, but I did a little bit. Uh, but yeah, nothing too detailed, which is probably a good idea to kind of so you get a better understanding of what you're shooting at or going for. But
right. That was just talking to a guy at work, and he was asking about that. I was like, no, I mean, it's kind of like it's a shotgun. It's gonna have a spread. I was like, I don't know what my choke's gonna do, or what like evidently different loads are gonna fire different patterns. And so yeah, that's in prep for turkey hunting. That's one of the things that uh that I'm going to do and suggest other people to do too, if you don't know, because what do they say? Knowledge is power,
knowledge is power. Power is
and
money.
you don't want to shoot your turkey and be like coming back hanging your head in shame because you missed a turkey with your shotgun.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it happens all the time, but that's because nobody thinks that they have to go sight it in a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's long and short right now of my turkey season. But I want to try to do a little bit more. I'm trying to understand, a little bit more turkey habits. One of the things I was reading is saying that you want to, they all, like seeing the good guys that I read stories on, they pattern the turkeys. They more or less already know where the turkeys are, and I'm, that dude's. I'm gonna go. I know where turkeys are, but I'm gonna go show up that morning and hopefully run into a turkey, which I guess can happen. But I get you want to improve your odds some. I do some scouting, but you got to find them first.
Yeah, that's actually my biggest challenge. Exactly what you said is finding them first, and I'm that same guy that's just like, well, we'll try this area. Now, once I start getting into them, because last year was the first time that I ever really did a turkey hunt, and had a hard time ever getting into them. But I feel like once you start getting into them, you could probably, have a few spots, quote unquote, and kind of help your chances there, finding where they are and just going back every year and hoping for the best. But yeah,
Yeah,
the hardest part is the finding them first. That was definitely my biggest problem last year.
but yeah, so that's like I said, that's my plans. Um, and then I'll be talking more, or will be talking more turkey hunting as the season gets closer, and you know, I'll be practicing my turkey calls. I feel like that's one thing that I need to. I want to listen to some turkeys and then practice turkey calling too, or listen to turkeys as far as what I can find. Like through some app or something, YouTube, or just listening to them, understand them a little bit more. You learn to speak their language, learn to talk turkey. But
Speaking of talking turkey, the old meat eater team. I actually was kind of thinking about this a sploof video, but meat eater team has teamed up with Phelps. and
Okay.
I don't know if there was some kind of business purchase stuff going on, so they're kind of like, it's kind of like Phelps and Meat Eater are kind of the same company now. Meat Eater bought Phelps or something like that.
Hmm.
If anybody's listening to this and you know the details, my bad. I might not be 100% correct about all the intricate details of it, but anyways, they teamed up together, and so they got a whole line of turkey calls now with Phelps. But I was thinking of making like a joke video and doing something in the lines of oh, I'm sitting here with my coffee cup and the Meat Eater edition coffee cup, because they're kind of having they kind of have the Meat Eater edition on all kinds of lines of stuff. They got their own rifle. I think they got their own Meat Eater edition Benchmade knives, Meat Eater uh, turkey calls, and I think a handful of other stuff. So I was like, it'd be kind of funny to make a video, and like I said, just whatever, the Meat Eater edition pin, kind of make a little sploof video about it. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, and also my point was is I just thought it was kind of cool that Meat Eater and Phelps calls kind of teamed up together, and I don't know where it's going. I don't know if they're going to get into elk calls, and I mean they did a podcast the other day, and I was trying to listen as much as I could, and I'm pretty sure I missed all the important stuff, but uh they were talking about they definitely joined up for the turkey season, and I don't know if they're just gonna if Phelps is gonna do uh their stuff on during like or for elk calls and just keep that line, or if Meat Eater and them and Phelps joined completely together, or if they're just joined together for the turkey calls. But my point is that they they have a whole line of new calls now uh for turkey season.
Gotcha.
The
Huh.
box calls and the what's the other one? This the
The
don't you
the
you have one, don't you?
yeah, the striker call.
Striker call, yeah,
I
striker
think
call.
I'm
Yeah.
probably off, but
What's your favorite? I mean in
well,
your
I got a I think like the striker call gives you and the pad, it gives you a little bit more once you understand how to do them, more ability to make different sounds, different tones and different chirp marks and more control that way. But you have to, once you learn it, a box call, I think is great for just anybody wanting to call. It just gives you the no hassle, just learning how to push that strike that rod against through the box and you can make a call. But yeah, so I guess I should say I don't really have quite a firm at this point in my turkey hunting career, a firm uh one that I like one over the other, because I can't quite I'm not a master at anything yet, so simple is the best. Best
yeah.
for
I like the I'm kind of a I like the mouth reads. I mean arguably I don't think I'm great or good. Like I don't think I think I'm okay. I don't think I'm good that great or anything, but at doing the mouth calls. I mean, I'm great, but I just don't think I'm great at calling.
you are a great guy, Eric. You're
Thanks,
number one in
bud.
my book.
Hey, you too, buddy. You too. Right back at you. But um no, I've always kind of leaned toward the mouth calls myself. Um Mostly just because it's more challenging and I don't know, it's fun. I've messed around with mouth reads my whole life off and on. And like I said, I've never taken it serious where I tried to be like do a competition or anything, and mostly I kind of always lean more toward elk calling than than turkey calling. But I know last year I was messing around with it, trying to figure it out, and there's so much I got to learn on. But even being a little bit trying to get a little bit better for this next year, I got so much to learn, the different types of chirps and all the different noises that they make. But I like the mouth reeds the best. And a second advantage to a mouth reed, two other advantages is the mouth reeds are cheaper. And then the second thing is, in my opinion, is now I don't have experience at this, so I mean, take it with a grain of salt. But when you're calling them in and you're getting a little closer, you're not sitting there like moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And potentially kind of risking the fact of blowing yourself out of there with
True.
the movement. So that's why I kind of like the reeds. But also I just think they're funner to do.
Yeah. That makes sense. I get that. But that's like how I try to set myself up when I was turkey hunting in a spot and trying to call. Like I'd kind of have the call kind of hidden like somewhere, and have my gun across my knee and get back on my shoulder, and just trying to call with one hand, keep the one hand hidden, and have the gun ready for hopefully coming in the direction of the gun. But
Yeah.
if you had, like you said, the mouth call, you can just sit there and have a face shield on, and they're not going to probably see your mouth move. So I get that.
Speaking of, I gotta give me a face shield. Well, I was thinking about using our dead wind down, uh, the little face paint
Oh yeah,
that we got for hunting that we were supposed to use,
yeah.
or correct, or to clarify, I mean elk hunt.
uh, well, I
But
guess to change topics, has the new wore off your bow yet?
not 100%. No. I mean, I'm still pretty excited. I shot it. Well, I didn't go anywhere. It's pretty easy whenever you have your target right outside your house. But I shot it this weekend, and pretty much every time I think about it and I'm like, oh, I got an extra 10 minutes or whatever, I'll go out and fling, 15, 20, 30, maybe even 30 arrows or something. And just yeah, kind of keep practicing. And uh, this weekend, whenever I did it, my grouping was getting a lot tighter. I need to start backing up or trying to figure out how to do that, because I definitely like to start working on my range, because I'm still only doing 10, 15 yards, give or take. What I need to measure it out so I can kind of have a better idea, but I'm guessing between 10 and 15 yards at the house here in the backyard. So, um, but if I open up my gate and kind of, back out, uh, I have, um, I mean, I could probably get close to 50 yards, maybe 60 yards, just depending on how far out in the road I want to get, I guess. So, uh, but yeah, I, but yeah, I've been having fun. Like I said, I've been just kind of staying in that close range for now, but, uh, eventually I'll start trying to work on some further shots and see how that goes.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. But yeah, don't just do what you. I don't know. I was gonna say do what you feel is comfortable. Not that don't enjoy your time. Don't make it Don't make it non-enjoyable for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I just kind of, like I said, just whenever I got a few minutes to kill, I just kind of walk out there and, fling a few and start feeling good. And then I don't know, just trying to keep it fun, just,
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of nice, compared to going out and target practice. Like if I tried that at my house, I'd probably get arrested. So,
Right. Right.
yes, shooting rifle at the house is kind of frowned upon around here. So, it's kind of nice just being able to fling some arrows and not have to worry about getting into any
Sure.
trouble. The
Yeah.
neighbors speaking of though, it was actually kind of fun. I went out there to go fling some arrows and the neighbors had the country music blasting. So I was just kind of, listening to music, shooting arrows. I mean, it was kind of and it was a really nice day too. So I was having a good time out there this weekend.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I can't wait to, actually what's kind of funny is I wonder if I should push my luck and try to get a turkey with an arrow. But then I was like, I'm getting way too ahead of myself. I just want to get used to it first. But yeah, I don't know. I'm having fun. I'm excited to try it out for the hunt this year. And like I said, I mean, if I keep practicing, a couple times a week, if not more, if I think about it or get the time to do it, I think I'll be well ready by hunting season.
Yeah, I think so.
And I'm sure, the month before hunt season, I'll be out there even more. So getting my time in.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what I can do.
Yeah, me too.
So
It has been fun and it'll continue to be fun.
yeah. Speaking of before we get out of here, I guess, is your hunt starting the 15th again, or do you know?
You talking
Of August.
uh I don't I haven't looked. I looked, but I haven't retained that knowledge of what date it is.
Cause I was, I don't know how it's all going to pan out, but I was kind of thinking of you coming down or me going down there. If it is early, me going down there, spending a few days with you before my hunt starts. And then maybe toward the tail end of my hunt or whatever that looks like, you come up here and, that way we can still hunt with each other.
Let's see. General archery deer is the 21st, and general archery any bull is the 21st. So August 21st is when I'll be starting to hunt for archery.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that's obviously something that we have some time to think about, but I'd still like to get out there. And I mean, you'll probably jump out there the opening weekend, right? Opening.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm gonna. It all depends on what tags I draw for deer, but I think I'm gonna start this year with the elk, focusing a little bit more on the elk than the deer. But it all just depends on what I see.
Well, you want to get us out of here? We're having technical difficulties. We might as well just get out of here and call it a podcast.
Yeah. So thanks guys for listening. I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are getting ready for some springtime hunts coming up, turkey hunts or whatever it is you got coming. Stay safe, stay healthy, and push through the struggle. Talk to you guys later.
Have a good one, guys.